matchup. They'll leapfrog Riot Squad into that 4 slot, and they'll be pretty much confirmed for playoffs at that point. So
it's a big deal.
it is a big deal indeed. Definitely a strong motivation to play your A game and take through this game as quickly as possible. Mitch, got to have an opportunity here with the scout as they round the corner. Wow, he just gets deleted. What a shot from Xander. Had that pre-lined up and just converts beautifully with a quick tap. Now the pressure is on towards the site. A kill will come through from Crashies with the CZ of all guns from range. It's a little bit tricky to make work, but he certainly does so. Trying to tap away again. He'll get some damage out, but not a frag. And it's left to Peter in the back, who will not find much. John G, at least a little bit of an answer. And if he can do one more, it would be good damage done. That's just not going to happen. So the 3 rifles, the guns that are most important to save through, will survive. And Team Divine climb to the second.
Yeah, looked like it might be a problem for a second. Crashes gets that long distance CZ kill. Eventually does go down, but Peter's doing a really good job staying alive there while that rotation came in. But the smoke, I think, is what really kind of won the round there for Team Divine, blocking off that rotation coming from Arch. And you can see last minute, John G trying to YOLO through the smoke, try and make up for his teammates going down, but just too many crosshairs on that position. And Team Divine lock it down. That's going to send Riot Squad back to pistols, and might get some fireworks here early over towards this banana side. 2 guys up close with pistols, and Penny's going to handle 2, but eventually does go down. He's done his job. Crash is going to try his hand at it. That won't work. It'll now be 4v1. FNS, last man standing, holding that B site down, and he kind of in a tough situation again here. Not much left after your teammates go down, and just hoping to steal a kill here, maybe a gun. Going to have an opportunity here on Xander. Kind of playing with him at this point, but he's starting to get lit up, and here comes the flank. It's going to be 3-0 for Team Divine.
That's clever. Xander's just doing the little shoulder peek, just trying to keep him in place so the SMG can come through and get the kill. Obviously, the enhanced kill reward from the SMG is preferable to find, and they're actually going to dump that MAC-10 immediately. Junior's going to upgrade to a Krieg. So now that the rifles are out, they're not going to mess with anything approaching a bonus round. And considering the money they have saved on 3 of these players, they should actually be fine to buy regardless of how this shakes out. The AWP is out for Peter, though. That's a big piece. That's why we see Riot Squad sometimes a little more patient with getting their first gun round out, is they want this big green gun, and they're going to have it. No chance for an aggressive pick yet. He's going to instead fall away to hold towards Arch, sort of the traditional op spot later in the rounds on this particular map. And some utility being used from Team Riot Squad over towards the B-bomb site just to slow down the pace of this push.
Yeah, Team Divine taking their time. I start to spend some utility here. Hadn't used too much just yet for the first probably 30 seconds of the round, but Hunter will start to get rid some of it so they can get a little bit of map control. They will be able to gain that. You can see Peter going to be falling back as he gets smoked off. Don't want to be up close with that AWP. So his focus right now is going to be over towards apartments. There is a player that might be coming from there. Rucka was pushed up, but as I say that, it'll start to fall back. So it looks like something made Team Divine go towards that B site, and there's 4 players in towards Banana with a flank player coming in. So Janji and FNS is going to be challenged here for the first time over towards that B site.
I like this setup, though. You've got the AUG back by the pillar. You got FNS boosted up on the new box spot. They are going to throw flashes, but their spacing is good. FNS actually takes that kill, not Janji. Thought for sure he had it. No smokes come in to limit their vision, make this a little bit more awkward. But there's still definitely a chance for damage to be done. And here we see Janji doing a great job of it. He's just trying to be a nuisance for as long as possible, allow his teammates to come through on the rotate. And I think Junior's lost track of him. He doesn't know where he is. He's just on the other side of a smoke. And timing here going to be everything as the smoke expires. There it is. Janji with his 3rd kill on the round, and Mitch with the cleanup to finish it all off. Nicely done for Riot Squad to get that first gun round through, to convert it, and to now be able to contest. That's exactly what we see. The guns come out. It's a different ball game. Team Divine, they'll have plenty of money to buy back into it. They'll get the AWP to boot. They'll have full rifles as well. But here's going to be an interesting one. This would break the economy really either way. So it's a big potential swing in the early half of the game.
Really nice job there by Janzi in that last round. That smoke that he used, I don't think I've seen that specific smoke before, but he did a really good job maneuvering around that, hiding his position. And once they try to chase him down, he has a small angle where he'll have the jump on that player, and he's able to get 2 in that situation. So well done. Nice creative use of that smoke, and it earns Riot Squad the round. They're going to have the early advantage here in the 5th. As Crashies opens it up, Junior goes down, and they fall back immediately off of that. That's the crisp, clean play there gets that early pick, and they can play conservatively for the rest.
I love this angle over the hit card. It's so deadly, and for some reason, it's just so hard to keep in mind when you're a T. Your natural inclination is to hug that wall, and that crack in the hit card can just be so very deadly. Mitch, big pick as well. That's Hunter down, who is one of their big fraggers. Typically speaking, Roko will have Peter just kind of out in the open. He'll realize what he has in a moment, but the insta trade means everything's on towards Penny. We saw some serious highlight clips from him on Nuke. Well, we need a little bit more of that action. He will get it started with a nice frag onto Mitch. Unanswered, no damage done, but there's a flank coming down mid, and as he crosses it, he should be dead to rights, and that's exactly what happened. So the op can be retrieved. The round is won. No harm, no foul, and now they're going to have to take the eco over them, the Team Defiant side.
John G with the traditional BM spray there on the dead body at the end. I wouldn't have it any other way. So that's going to be another round for Riot Squad, one away from tying it up. And we should get that tie just based on the buy here from Team Divine. As it's only going to be pistols, no utility, no armor. Pretty much just a prayer being sent up right now. And Peter just completely shuts that down. Not happening. As he gets that opening kill. They look like they wanted to push through that smoke, but they're going to think better of it and slow it down just a little bit. And that's pretty much just going to favor Riot Squad because now they have that one-man advantage and no kind of freight train coming at them and catch that off guard.
So it's kind of interesting here. One thing to note, Riot Squad are, I believe, boot camping in Chicago, and this must be a Chicago server because they all have about 7, 8 ping. So they're going to have the best ping advantage here. Everything's just going to feel lightning fast and smooth, and that definitely does feel nice. I bet you get to enjoy that all the time playing on Chicago servers.
Oh, I've had pings to Chicago servers that are literally 1 ping, and I'm not kidding. I've had it on multiple occasions. So yeah, anytime I get a Chicago server sign,
you should go swing by the Riot Squad house. Go hang out with the boys. Give them get a little inside scoop.
I am 100% down. That would be awesome to be able to check that out. Just kind of see how the house is all set up, and then obviously see some of the guys I met at the Rank S Combine. Definitely cool guys, and would love to meet the rest of them. But here we go. Fast action here in the 7. Xander going to be the opening man, gets the kill. Meanwhile, Penny grabs one as well. So that's the A site. Just completely ran over by Team Divine. Fast pace in your face. And that's immediate save from Riot Squad.
You just got an invite, Mitch. You just got an invite to come by the house and check it out.
So let's go. I am down. Rep TV. I am 100% down to go check you guys out. Yeah, Gold Coast too. There we go. You'll like the sound of that.
DM the man on Twitter. Let's make this happen. I'm out here matchmaking. Report back. Give us all the inside scoop on how that boot camp is going. Because they have seemed very impressive. This is obviously not the round for them. Team Divine looking good. 5 players still alive. Going to take it in the post plant. The save will be through from Riot Squad right off the bat. That's the man himself. That's the owner.
Yeah. There we go. All right. Man.
Racing us.
Let's set that up. Let's go. I actually used to work for a company that was a competitor to the company that he owns. So that'll be an interesting conversation. I used to dislike the company that he owned just because, naturally they're a competitor. But I love what he's done.
Dangerous here. You're about to lose your invite.
Yeah.
You're about to get
I don't work for that company anymore.
You are about to get that invite rescinded right off the bat. Careful here.
But yeah, what he's created is pretty insane. So it's pretty cool that have an opportunity.
Good utility usage here. Even better recovery from Mitch about what he was about to say.
Yeah.
Just bringing that statement back. Flower pot boost gonna. Oh no, not a flower pot boost. It's a cheeky boost around the corner. This one's always a little unorthodox. Basically, you're just hoping to catch the first player off because no one expects that angle because it is really unusual. Unfortunately, in the dismount, they are going to flub a smoke, so that utility is not going to be used too well. So great, they get 10 points for execution, but 0 points for not nailing the dismount. If this was gymnastics competition, unfortunately, that would have ruined their floor routine. They are going to have a numbers advantage coming back in and a ton of utility as well to make this happen. They've got mollies, they've got smokes, they've got 8 cheese. You want it, they've got it to throw for the Riot Squad side. That's going to make things tough for Team Divine. At least they've secured the bomb plant. Now they've got the timer working in their favor, but it is going to be an aggressive approach. And Junior holding them at bay does get traded out. Second kill comes through, and this is starting to get a little disastrous. back of the site cleared out. It's just going to be the banana player, and Smokes can go down to cover it, and eventually the spam will catch him as well. I think there's enough time for the defuse. It comes down to the wire, but it is going to be another round won by the Riot squad.
That was a clinical retake there by Riot squad. Really good job sticking together on that timing and able to clutch it out. Janji, just casually threw the smoke there at the end as his teammates is sticking the bomb. As if the guy sticking the bomb goes down, that's a round win for Team Divine. So nice job there by Janji to clear out that banana area, protect his teammate. We're tied up. It's 4-4. It's a bye round 2 as well. So implications coming in. And I think Team Divine might be going fast again here. Yeah, they're getting up mid fast, but Peter and Mitch showing up big. Hunter finally trades that out. You can see Peter's lit up as well. And there we go. Crash is going to go down. Janji from behind. Penny clearly no idea what's coming. And it's now Hunter all alone on 5 HP. Now 0. And it's Janji again with the spray. Making it fun.
That's kind of the iconic Janji play style, right? Is that really aggressive in your face. On the T side, he's the entry fragger and he's quite good at it. And on the CT side, he's always trying to push that flank. You have to be hyper aware when you're playing against Janji that he could be anywhere, that he could push through, that he might be trying to go for smokes, trying to go for aggressive map control, and just always in the back of your mind after he has a few successful rounds, it's like you're seeing ghosts almost. You're hearing them, rather. You're hearing the footsteps on your heel, and it does make things difficult. Mitch going to go for the aggressive play in towards ult mid, plucks Hunter from the server, and just fades away. And no real damage done back in reverse. You can see, again, these two players towards top banana just trying to get the spam through. They want to keep Team Divine at bay. Janji just in the smoke, swinging with the spray, hoping one of his bullets is going to catch somebody. Will eventually have to fade away. But Team Divine now majorly on the back foot are going to have to try and figure out something to try and sneak a bomb plant out of this round and maybe find something to go forward with.
So they're going towards that B side. Penny, who's been fantastic tonight, might be able to grab a 1 dig here, but Janji will get the kill, spams through the coffin, gets the job done. 2 men left. Roken Jr., you're up next. What you got? And they're doing a little bit of damage. Janji's going to be pretty lit up. His teammate's going to have to come up big here, but he goes down and Janji cleans him up. Gets a double kill to finish it off. So Janji has been fantastic tonight. It's now 6-4. And, yep, Riot Squad now in a little bit of a roll.
A little bit. They can get that bank to build again. They had this previously, and then we saw Team Divine come for a bit of a swing back. So it has been a bit of a tug of war, back and forth, and this is about where you see the split start to emerge of what you expect from a CT side, especially once you have that op consistently in the hands of PTR. 30 Peak Pete, man, he's just so powerful with that big scope on the server. And we're going to see, I think, the boost up in Boiler. Yeah, they're just going to do shoulder to shoulder. Again, a little bit of these unorthodox peaks. You like to see it just offsets your expectations as you come around into an angle. You get certain things become so consistent in the meta that you almost have a muscle memory for how to react to them. And little things like the off-angle boost peak we saw over towards B on the site take and having 2 players shoulder to shoulder as opposed to stacked on top of each other is just a bit of a tempo breaker to change that.
Yeah, that'll slow you down a little bit there. 5v3, FNS gets caught. That might have been a panic jump there for a second. He had him lined up. I think he would have had addendum rights, but ends up fading back a little bit. He does do a little bit of chip damage. And now Crashies is up next. Xander going to try and get in towards that A side, get that opening kill, cause a little bit of distraction, but Riot Squad's sent the squad over towards B, including Peter. Although he's starting to rotate now, so Xander's really doing his job. And just waiting for some sort of action to come in for me to talk about.
Might be happening here. Janji wants to push the smoke. Oh, that would be such a risky play. As it fades, he's going to get 1 and the second. Janji, so good to make that happen. It was a bold play. It was a risky play, but he executes it to perfection. And it is going to be Riot Squad attacking on their 7th. A Peter op shot to finish it off. Look at Janji. 15-3 is his current line. This man is going off today. 105 ADR. He's even leading. Well, he's not quite leading his team. FNS actually has 7, but he was almost leading his team in effective flashes as well, which when you're fragging to this extent and you're also flashing the opponent, that's just impressive. to say the least. There's going to be an early op pick, beautifully done from Peter, just straight down mid. And whatever slim chance you had in this round is just being dashed against the rocks as Peter is just fragging out, plucking players from the bedroom. And you're just down to Hunter and Junior with Deagles. Armor on one player, no utility whatsoever. The bomb drop back towards T-Stairs. This is over already before it's even begun. And that is going to be another clean round for the Riot squad.
Yeah, they look fantastic. They're really just starting to do work here. They've really built up their money. They've ran a significant amount of rounds in a row. And Team Divine doesn't seem to have an answer just yet. I mean, the scoreline's not terrible at this point. It's 8-4. Riot Squad is on a significant roll, though, so we got to slow them down a little bit. Buy round will certainly help out. You can see Hunter is that on that op. You got plenty of utility to go around. So let's see what they come up with here. Looks like it's just going to be a default coming out for the most part. Get that early map control, but it looks like Riot Squad's not even going to let them do that. They molly and use a bunch of utility to make sure they don't give that up. And Janji's looking to fight early too.
He always is. He always is. And he goes through the smoke. This time he gets caught. Here's the one problem with this kind of playstyle is sometimes it doesn't come up in your favor. Fortunately for him, in the exact same breath where he loses his life, Crashies brings back 2. So the scales are still tipped in Riot Squad's favor. And that's sort of the old maxim of live by the sword, die by the sword. Live by the aggression. Sometimes you die by the aggression as well. Still, Divine definitely on the back foot here. 2 of their players have been spotted. It's a lot of information for FNS to operate off of. He's got Peter now to support. Has to be careful to dodge this spray. Will survive with his life. And a resmoke can come in to control this angle as well and just chew more time off the clock as Divine look like they might be adjusting. Still going to be a take on a B, I think. Just moving back to throw a little bit of utility. But they don't have a lot to work with. And this is going to be a challenge, to say the least.
Yeah, someone's got to get an opening kill here, but you know, FNS pops out before any more utilities spend. He grabs the kill. Peter might be in a little bit of trouble here. I'm not sure how much FNS is going to be able to help out, except for watching that cross, and he's lit up, so he can't really do much. But Peter's able to handle his own. So 3v1 rotations coming in, both from behind of Hunter. Flash comes in, perfect timing on the utility, just clinical, and Riot Squad one away from double.
Pause comes in. If this isn't technical, which it might be based on the fact that Roka hasn't bought yet, I'm going to guess this is from Team Divine because they know that really, ideally, if they can get these last 2 rounds, it's fine, right? This is about what you expect for a half split on Inferno one way or another. You just kind of favor that CT side a little bit. It's usually more of an 8-7 than anything else, but a 9-6 is definitely not out of the realm of possibility. But if they fumble these next 3, if these next 3 rounds are tough, if they even lose one of them, at that point, you're really giving such an advantage over to Riot Squad as we swap over. Roka could actually buy the op. He's not. Well, he is going to buy Krieg late. I think maybe that's what they were discussing, because Roka could theoretically have bought the op and tossed it over to Hunter if they wanted to do that. But he's going to go for the Krieg instead. Have a little bit to contest with if this round doesn't go their way. And based on the fact that Peter has already plucked ahead in towards mid, it's not looking like it's going to.
Dirty Peak Peach showing up again, peeking down mid. No question about it. You know he's doing it. And he's going to get that kill early. So Team Divine leaning towards that A site. And it seems like the CT side has an idea that this is where the hit's coming in, because a lot of utilities being spent by Peter and those guys towards the A site early. Usually you don't use it that quickly, but they're going to use that, so that's going to slow down Team Divine for the time being, but it looks like they're going to now set up hit to get more map control here. Oh, and I think Peter's going right on the other side of the smoke. That's pretty ballsy. Mitch's going to lay down some fire cover. He gets the kill through the smoke. Peter doesn't even have to do anything, and this is falling apart for Divine.
This is what we've seen. Riot Squad have just settled into a gear where they're so smooth, and the rounds, it's all on Penny again. Man needs the full ace to even take this round. He's only got 40 seconds to do it. His spot is now known, and they're just toying with him. It's going to be another flawless round for Riot Squad. This is now the fourth or fifth that they've gotten this half, and it just speaks to how dominant a half it has been. You have everybody except FNS above 10K in the economy, and they're not even get a chance to spend this money. They could be buying autos and M249s right now if they wanted to, but instead they're just going to take the what should be a pretty soft round from their opposition. 2 Deegs out, a Galil, limited utility, certainly no op for the peak. And an aggressive play from who else but Janji. Gonna take 1, 2, nearly the third. Goes to the sidearm, and he'll get it, of course. Janji just massacring the competition, and what little chance they had of maybe taking something in this round has just been dashed and destroyed. The bomb is dropped. A storm has blown through the port. Their ships are scattered and ruined, and Janji is not content. He's still pushing forward. Yes, he'll lose life on that duel, but the trade's immediately there, and it's left to Hunter, who just can't do much more. 11-4 is the half line, and after what was looking like a competitive start to the game, back and forth, Riot Squad just find another gear and just steamroll the competition.
Yeah, really convincing half there from Riot Squad. They look fantastic, kind of like the typical Riot Squad that we normally see. I thought Team Divine would be putting up a little bit more of a fight, but still more CS to be played, and then they're going over to the CT side, so that certainly helps out. And see what they're made of once they switch over. So 11-4 is going to be the half. Team Divine trying to get back into it, and pistol round coming up. It's going to be utility on Peter and FNS. John's going to go with the decoy. And, I like to see the occasional decoy buy. You don't see it too often. My teammates normally hate on me for wasting that $50, but one of these days, it's going to win me around.
One of these days, you're going to fake flash your way to domination. We'll see about it. A little bit more timid than Team Divine. As I recall, we had a pretty aggressive play from Riot Squad in their own pistol round, so it's a bit of a change of pace. Just a wee bit slower, and they're seeing if something's going to come through. You see the apartment play coming in. Hunter's actually going to catch the first kill. Mitch trying to bring this back, avenge his teammate Crashies, and he will get a dunk onto Hunter, but 1 HP. Hunter survives, and Roka goes aggressive to bring back the second kill. That's really nicely done from Roka to find the timing to get back out that hallway and take the frag. This now gets a bit tough. Riot Squad going to readjust, but eating an HE going to make it even harder as they actually move through to the site proper itself. Now, this is kind of the poke and prod, and okay, FNS going to get a kill in smoke, but he's immediately traded. This might allow a bomb plant. They're trying to deny it, though. They do not want to allow the possibility, and though Riot Squad will have cleared out the back of site, the bomb is down towards the cross, and they're not going to get a chance to get forward and retrieve it. They'll have to battle all the way through. 40 seconds still on the clock. They could do this, but Peter and Janji, they're going to need to be nigh on perfect with the pistols.
Yeah, they're going to slow it down a little bit here for a second. Janji's pretty lit up, so this is going to be difficult, but it's certainly doable, especially considering Hunter's on 1 HP. So Janji does get that opening kill, evens it up, but here comes Hunter. That's 1 down, and now Janji, the low HP player, going to be the last man standing. Now 2v1, doesn't have control of the bomb, and I think in this situation, he's basically just got to get both kills. So Junior's actually pretty much just going to hide, let Hunter be the sacrificial lamb. Janji trying to get that bomb, and yeah, there's not really much he can do here. He has to die in this situation, and there he goes.
Oh.
It's going to be around for Team Divine, make it 11-5.
That's so oddly enough, that's a misplay from Junior to pull the trigger. Even if Junior dies in that situation, Janji not getting any loss bonus in the first round of the half just completely skews the way the economic system is going to go for Riot Squad. So with 2 seconds to go, if he just waits a second and hangs around that half wall and does not pull the trigger, that's a disaster for Riot Squad, where they then have to take like an extra full round to get the money right. They're certainly not going to be able to go for that third round gun buy. It would have been kind of a big brain play, but Junior does pull the trigger. You can't fault him too much. He does secure the round, and that's what Team Divine needs to start this comeback go. Looks like it's going to be an aggressive play in the apartments to try and get this bomb down on towards A. Don't have a lot to work with. A single flashbang and otherwise just their pistols. So don't fancy their chances here, but if there's a major misplay from Team Divine, they might be able to cap it.
Yeah, I like what Janji just did there. So he popped off a couple shots on the other side of that smoke, and then he stopped shooting and basically just fainting like he's fell on the other side of that smoke, but he's still stuck to that position. It didn't lead to a kill, but I like the idea nonetheless. So FNS going to be the last man standing, and they're just going to hit W, jump up there, throw off the shot at FNS, and that's going to be around 14 Divine. Pretty convincing one.
A nice way to play that. Awareness of the advantage of the MP9, which is the ability to just go flying around a corner spraying. And it works out very nicely. So they prevent FNS from basically being able to do any further economic damage. And now, Riot Squad, they're going to get the rifles out. But, and this is because Janji died in time, he's going to be able to get it all through. They've got an AK, a little bit limited on the utility. Certainly no op. Far too soon for that, but we'll see what they can get done with the rifles. Air raid nade. That does a chunky amount of damage. Nearly, I think, 70 damage in total. Now the pressure's going to be on Hunter. He drops the smoke, but if they go straight through it, he could have been punished. They're going to be patient. Not quite getting that answer. They go for the boost up instead. Is this going to work? Hunter's exposed. He has no idea. And again, the cheeky boost going to result in a frag. And a player now in the backlines as Janji's worked his way around will get caught by Penny. That's a big kill to find. Secures the flank, keeps them from putting maximum pressure on. But it does mean that Xander is now going to be locked out of sight, trying to get back through. And that's a bomb plant for sure for Riot Squad, and potentially more.
Yeah, so they're going to get the bomb down, which is nice. And they actually get successive kills. Those are huge. They fend off that flank coming in from Banana. They don't know it, but all they're going to have to handle is the pressure coming from that CT side. So 3v2, Xander with that SMG. It's going to make it difficult to get that Banana player. But he's playing with him a little bit. Peter hasn't jumped out just yet, but it seems like they know he's there. So Flash going to go up. Peter going to have to try and dodge that. He doesn't, but he lives. Going to get flushed out. And here we go. Junior grabs a double. Big response. FNS last man standing on the other side of the smoke. Janji got a kill through the smoke earlier while his teammate was defusing. This time there's not going to be a kill, but the defuse comes in. Junior, insult to injury afterwards, gets the kill on FNS, and well done there by Divine on the retake.
Really nicely done to get back into it. That was a massive potential round for Riot Squad if they had been able to bring that through, and it looked good in the post plant, to be fair. But Team Divine, fair credit to them, they just stay patient. They don't force the issue. They don't get overly aggressive. They play their angles. They use their advantages, and it works out in the end. So nicely done from Team Divine, and this is starting to look like they've got some life in this game. Now only a 4-round advantage, but Team Divine on that favored side. Economy in their favor. Wind beneath their wings. A couple more of these rounds, and they're really starting to make this close. Basically, 2 more gun rounds are what they need to deal with. And it's going to be an attempted fast play. Crashies makes it where it gets the pistol out. The CZ found, and Roka going to get run down in a moment. Can't trade it out.
Oh, man.
The player towards sight falls, and what a backbreaker. This has to be a save right off the bat. Penny and Xander, there's nobody can, I was going to say justify going for this. Certainly not now that it's just Penny. But he feels like he has to bring back a disaster, and there's just no possibility. 5 players alive. A full buy just stolen away by Riot Squad. And that should have been a gimme round for Team Divine, and they get nothing.
Nothing. Absolutely. You are right there. That was an impressive round there by Riot Squad. Fast pace clearly caught off Team Divine, and once they gave that first rifle up, it was over. Riot Squad, really good execution on that fast eco. Get the job done, and don't let Team Divine get any closer to tying it up. They actually extend their lead. That's going to send Team Divine immediately back to pistols, so that really slows down their momentum. And you'd love to have that one back. But yeah, nice execution by by Riot Squad. Once you get that opening kill, it just snowballs from there, and Team Divine can't crawl their way back into it. So 12-7 CTs. I feel like they got to make some sort of cheeky play here, but it's not going to work out. Janji's going to get flashed in, grab a double. That's 2 down, 3 more to go. 1's on the way, and Riot Squad are in good shape to take this one.
Right now entering the territory of Janji 30 bomb watch. He's on 22 this early on. So just keep a measured eye on his statistics, folks, because with the pace that he's on, that makes it 23. He's definitely going to be approaching that lofty number. It's all just Roka left, who's in the bedroom. Might be able to catch out Crashies, and admittedly, if he had, he might have been able to steal away a rifle, a Krieg to boot, but it's not going to happen. Riot Squad continuing to roll, continuing to not drop bodies either. It's going to mean that economy is super fresh. They're feeling great. They'll have likely 1, maybe 2 more buys off the back of this, even if they start losing now. And this is where you've just got a really tough situation for Divine. They know the pressure's on. They're going to be forcing into this one. Junior's just going to have a 5-7. Penny on the MP. No op in sight. I don't love this decision for them. Considering that op can be such a strong piece in the hands of Hunter, they're just handicapping themselves in rounds to try and get it back now. It's a little bit of impatience in the long run, and really they don't have a lot of rounds to work with, but you're really limiting yourself in this.
Yeah, yeah, it's definitely a difficult situation just because their backs are already up against the wall on the 13th round. Looks like they're going to go for the force and see what they can come up with. Haven't had too much success. See if they can get some kills here. Roker going to get the opening kill with the M4, so it's starting off well. Okay, 3 for 1. They're fine with that. Make it 4 for 1. Hunter grabs a double, and it's working out. Riot Squad unable to convert that hit towards the A site. So Janji, who's played well, has an opportunity. Oh, he knows the position of 1. Make it 2, but he actually loses the player in the smoke and can't get that second player. That would have been insane. Eventually, would have recognized the third player, but that's well done there by Team Divine to respond, and it's now 13-8.
I love the thought process from Janji. You can see the gears turning in his head. He's in that smoke. He hears the player walk right past him. It's like, okay, no one's going to be looking in my direction because someone just walked through the smoke. Let's see how many I can get. He spots the first player coming through, doesn't pull the trigger, knows there's likely one into the graveyard, hops up to find that frag. And if that second smoke hadn't been out on site, he likely would have gotten at least 2. I still don't think he would have won the round, but he certainly would have had a fair shot at it.
Yeah.
That's that quick thinking, improvisational ability that you love in a player like Janji.
Yeah, just staying cool in that situation isn't easy. That's when my heart starts beating, and then I just completely flub it. Not Janji, he gets the job done. But here we go. Flash comes in. It's going to be Janji going down as Xander actually pops out right when Janji thought he was going to be able to pounce. So this is going well for the CTs until Mitch shows up. 3v2 rotation's going to be late if they wait here, or if they don't wait here on the Riot side. So this should be a bomb plant, and Peter should be able to get in a post-plant position, which would be huge considering he has that op right now.
Seeing that it is a challenge in the post plants, though, does get a little bit risky. But so far, this little bit haggard buy has worked out. Now they just have to see it through to completion. Molly going to go in. Not sure if that's going to push anybody out of position. It will not indeed. They're playing the orange spot instead of fully committed to the angle. Peter will manage to get 1. His position was known, so that's actually good impact. And now Mitch has them both spotted, but the Krieg spray gets away from him, and he can't secure both frags. Had an opportunity, had their backs turned, but couldn't come away with the highlight clip. It will be Team Divine stealing a round away. They only survive with 1, so they are going to be backs against the wall economically, but at least for the moment, they get a breath of air.
Oh, yeah, I thought he had that for a second, kind of mirroring what Janji did a couple round before. Just comes up short, unfortunately. Krieg Spade threw him off a little bit too much. So it's going to be another round for Team Divine. Starting to see a pattern here. They're 1 away from double digits, 4 away from tying this one up. This would be a nice one for them to win here. But 2 of these players on SMGs, and it's a full buy for Riot Squad. A little odd. But nonetheless, it's going to be a default coming out from Riot Squad to start this one off. 2 towards Banana to get that map control while our players try to get in towards apartments and aren't going to have any issue doing that as nobody's going to put up a resistance for it. But look at Janji's position right here. The CTs have no idea. If a flash comes in, that would be helpful, but it doesn't. They don't even need it. And Janji's going to YOLO through the molly. Why not? I mean, it doesn't take all that much damage, so he's fine with it. He's just going to go ahead, risk it, and eventually goes down to the AWP Hunter, but that was huge from Janji.
Massive round. He wanted that extra frag. He wanted that forward positioning to find that face. He will lose his life. Crashy is going to be dropped on the flank here, but I think this is just going to be a save. I don't think there's any way with you being this far out of position that you can justify taking the fight. They'll get an AWP and a Krieg, and that's not bad for sure to contest in round, doing quick math, 24. But it is going to be a tough spot. Riot Squad now 2 rounds away from winning this, and Mitch already on the hunt. 2 HP or not, he's going to try for it. See if he can get one more gun out of their hands. It certainly makes sense to hunt. The money is just fine on the Riot Squad side. Hop up. Certainly not. If he peeks this angle, Junior has him. There we go. Junior does have the kill. Peter saves the AWP. That's all they really needed. And Riot Squad, they do lose everybody but Peter, but they secure the round, and that's ultimately what matters.
Absolutely. And 30 bomb watch checking in. Janji 4 away from hitting it right now on 26 kills. Having a heck of a map tonight. Peter 1 away from that 20 bomb. Getting close. Plenty of time to make that happen. Let's see what Riot Squad does here. They're going to get that banana control early. And you know what? It's not going to be any different from before. This is pretty much just a default coming out. Hunter might get some action here momentarily. And yeah, actually he's able to hit a nice flick there on FNS, make it a double for him. There is a player that bypassed him to go over towards the arch side, and Crashies gets a double out of that. I don't know how he managed that, but that is huge, and a huge response to even it up, make it 3v3.
That's beautifully done by Crashies, who is having himself a bit of a game here. And look at this rotation that it's drawn off them. There's nobody on B. Crashies has voided the site. There's going to be nobody home. He's just dropping utility to cover off his retreat here, and he will get caught in it. He's just full committed to running away. Didn't want to keep a gun on the angle. It is going to allow the bomb plant for his teammates, and now a 2v3 in the post plane. As we saw in the last round, that's a pretty good setup for Riot Squad. They're going to mix up their positions this time with forward positions in towards the church and the op watching. This would be a big pick for Jonji. He's revealed his information at the least, and they will be able to smoke to cover him off. But Jonji, of course, is just going to sit in the smoke because he's going to do Jonji things. He actually goes straight through it. Wow, so aggressive, and once again, it pays off.
Yeah, fantastic job there by Jonji. Sneaky beaky right there. So CTs are going to try and defuse here. The diffuser is going to go down. Junior gets off it. Now 1v1. You can hear that clock ticking away, and there's no hope left, and Peter just snuffs it out. I think he's going to be able to get away with that op as well. Yeah, it doesn't even explode before the round's over. So we are on that point. Riot Squad need one more to put this one away.
One more round, and look at the money that Team Divine has to buy. A UMP for Junior, Deagles for everybody else. This is a diner situation. This is hopeless. They have run out of steam. Honestly, even in the individual rounds here in the second half, they've been in the competition. It's just been that little edge from Riot Squad to close out the late rounds, to close out the post plants, even when they have a disadvantage. Here we have Peter starting it off in their favor vastly. Both B-site defenders gone. This should already be, frankly, the round win. Just looking for a little bit more. Hunter trying to make the bold play will get caught as he stands in a smoke out towards mid, and everybody's dropping. It's all on to Junior. Well, he will take the first and be able to upgrade to a rifle. It's now got to be perfect, and Mitch is already in position to punish. So beautifully played from Riot Squad. That's kind of a nice indicator of the whole game. Despite these two teams having similar records, at least Hero and Inferno, Riot Squad just seemed to be in a class of their own. You can chalk it up to the boot camp. You can chalk it up to their incredibly low ping, whatever you want, what have you. But that was a playoff preview right there. And as it stands right now, Team Divine have a long road to travel to be able to meet them and match them pound for pound.
Yeah, Riot Squad looked fantastic tonight. I feel like that's what we've been seeing from them throughout the season, have a great record. So I'm looking for big things for them in the playoffs. Divine looked good earlier today. They take the L on this one, but they know they're going up against a good team, and they're going to have some things that they can draw from. Look on later on, make some improvements, and then maybe close that gap a little bit, and then maybe steal a win from them later on. But yeah, this is the first 3 mapper we've had in a while on the SCA TV, so it's been fun, Mike. Hope you guys enjoyed yourselves in chat as well. We'll be back tomorrow night, Mike and I, and along with Pith, who's our producer, who does a fantastic job. Everybody should follow him on Twitter. But yeah, that's it for me. Any last words from you, Mike?
Have a great night, everybody. We'll see you tomorrow.
This is game fuel. 16 ounces of pure annihilation. Perfect for finding the second to last man standing. Tastes like berry-flavored wind sauce.
New Mountain Dew Amp Game Fuel. Victory in a can.